When I first started out selling life insurance, this is the video that I wish I would have seen and wish I would have known, so that I actually got a clear depiction on what the life insurance industry looks like, some things to look out for, and how to actually succeed. Because the reality is, so many people actually fail selling life insurance. So there's honestly a few reasons for this, and I'm going to be breaking them down in this video. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Johnny Nitafan. I've actually been selling life insurance for 2 years now, and I've transparently been to a few different IMOs that you've known or that you know of, some of the 3-letter ones, and I just want to share the truth and not hold anything back from you guys, so that you guys can actually understand how selling life insurance works, how you guys can actually succeed if you're new, or you're just getting started in the industry, or if you've been in for a while and you just want to know that you're on the right path to success. So the very first thing is agencies, because there's different agencies that will say they're going to release you. They say that they got the best comp, they say they got the best leads, the best platforms, so on and so forth. The first thing that I want to share with you guys is that people in this industry are sharks. And so people will lie, people will deceive, and people will say literally whatever they want to be able to recruit you. And so what I want to share with you guys is just be careful of that. Be careful that you are actually aligning yourselves with people who are honest, people who are actually setting realistic expectations with you, and that you're not just sold the dream to go out and recruit tons of people if that's not what you want to do, but you can actually make an active income selling life insurance. So that's the very first thing. Make sure that you're getting a good comp. If you're not over at least like an 80 to 90% commission level, and you're having to pay for your own leads, make sure that you actually fully understand that completely. Now the second thing related to that is that not all commission levels are going to be the same. So if you're to get in the final expense industry, you might not, like, if you're to write a level product, you might be at an 80%, but just know that there's guaranteed issue and there's graded policies that maybe for the more unhealthy people, they're not going to get approved at. And so the commission's not going to be that top comp that they say that you're at. It's going to be lower because the client's less healthy. So just understand that. Another thing is just make sure that you have actually realistic expectations, right? You've probably been told you come into the industry first month, make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, whatever it is. They're probably related to other people saying, hey, this person did 50K and they just started 2 weeks ago. It's like, okay, let's be realistic here, right? And I by no means do I think that you can't do that. I've actually personally done that myself. Made $46,000 in one single month, made $40,000 multiple times, $20,000 to $40,000 consistently for a year and a half now straight, after like the first 9 months of being in the industry, and where I went broke. But that's another thing, right? Setting expectations and realistic expectations for yourself, knowing that, hey, maybe I'm not going to right away make, I don't know, $50,000 to $100,000, but over time I definitely can. Not to say that you can't say that, like, you can't get off to a slow start, and don't use that as an excuse to not go hard, but just know that it's going to probably take longer than you think, and so you got to expand your time horizon. And so if you don't have $3,000 to $5,000 saved up in your bank, definitely would recommend at least having a cushion. That's what saved me in this industry, is that I had $8,000 to $10,000 coming into this industry that I didn't plan on using to be able to fuel my business, but I ended up doing that. I actually had credit cards as well that I used, and so that actually helped me continue on with my license, so on and so forth. So that's the next thing, is just have realistic expectations of coming into the business. Yeah, you can make $10,000 your first month 100%, but depending on your skill level, depending on if you've actually ran a business before, depending on, there's so many different variables, so it's hard to actually say. But if you have all these things in check, it's very realistic that you can. You just have to get these core principles and core skills down to be able to actually make money as a life insurance agent. Now, the next one is that you are a business owner. You're not just a life insurance sales agent. So what do I mean? You got to understand that you got to be tracking your numbers consistently. You got to be looking at your agency as an actual business and not just as a sales opportunity that you can make $10,000, because it's on you to go out and get your leads. It's on you to go out and find good leads, right? It's up to you to be able to figure out the marketing side, to be able to feed yourself as a sales agent. It's up to you to call the shots in your business, what's going to be best for you, right? So you have to look at it as a business, because you're going to be investing every single week. If you want to be making $20,000, $30,000 a month consistently, you're probably going to be needing to spend and invest into your business $1,000 to $1,500 a week, like clockwork. So that's a few things, right? Is actually being a business owner rather than just a sales agent. That's what separates the people who actually have success versus the people who don't. Now, the next thing is leads, right? This is a very funky thing, because you might be in the position, or there's lead types out there that you're getting overpriced leads that are just purely junk. So if you have any questions about your lead type, drop in the comments down below. If you have any questions about this, let me know. Happy to help and answer them, and just be a transparent source of information so that you guys can really see the most success as a life insurance agent. So this one, right? So leads. So there's tons of different leads that you can work. Some are going to be a lot more expensive than others. If you're buying from a lead vendor, you just got to make sure, like, the biggest thing, leads overall, the framework to think through is like, what is my cost per acquisition? How much money do I need to pay to be able to acquire a customer? And typically, if you're selling a simplified issue, term, or final expense policy, you're probably going to get a $600 to $1,000 upfront check, and that's after the client pays their first premium. But if you're not getting like a 3 to 4x ROI, you need to be figuring out another lead source. And so if you're spending more than $250 to acquire a customer, so it doesn't matter how much money the lead actually costs, but if you're spending over $250, it's tough. You're just going to run on such thin margins, because that doesn't even include chargebacks. And so I'll get into that in a second, but just make sure you're getting a lead source that your acquisition cost is going to be $150 or below, so that you have healthy margins to be able to really invest into your business, to be able to get to that next level. So that's leads in the marketing side, is figuring out, okay, I have consistent people to talk to on a day-to-day, week-to-week, and month-to-month basis. So make sure you have the marketing side down. The lead side, you're going to pay for more expensive ones for the higher quality intent, or the highest intent leads, and the cheaper ones, you're probably going to be getting lower intent leads. But just the biggest thing to look at is the cost per acquisition. If you guys want me to go deeper in that topic, drop in the comments down below. I'll be happy to answer them. But leads. Next one is chargebacks. I wish I would have known this early on, because I got slammed with chargebacks when I just started out, because I was literally saying anything I could, or anything I ethically could, to be able to get the client to make the sale, because I wanted to be on top of the leaderboards. And so you want clients and customers for life. You don't just want sales on the leaderboard. And so you're going to treat those two different ways. If it's not best for the client at the end of the day, you're probably not going to write the policy, and you're probably not going to sell it. And so make sure that you're really saving for chargebacks, 20 to 30%. One of my mentors in the business, really good dude, actually helped me understand this concept of saving 20 to 30% for chargebacks. So I was able to pay those off when the time came. I didn't do this at the very start, and so I wish I would have. So just know that chargebacks are real, and how you get them is that if the client or if the carrier gives you the 9-month advance and the 75% advance after the client pays that first premium, what's going to happen is if they cancel that, then you owe all that money back, not just the 1 month, but the 9 months. So if you get $1,000 commission and say you get paid that, and then the next day they cancel, well, you owe that $1,000 back. So just know that the money right away is not your money, it's the company's money that they're loaning you. So you got to save money for that. And the biggest thing is just actually going out and doing the work. A lot of agents that I work with, and also agents that I see and talk to on a day-to-day basis, are not putting in the work consistently. And so when you're coming into the business, you have to work at it like it's your job. And you're the employer, right? You're the entrepreneur. But if you want to spend without looking at the check, you have to be willing to work without looking at the clock. So work consistently, make the sacrifices needed to be successful, to be able to see the success that you want. And you will be successful over a long period of time if you keep doing the basics over and over and over again. So at the very start, you're paying for data. You're paying for that in time and money. So just understand that and know that's why it's really hard at the start. And the start in the first part is the hardest part. But just know, if you're able to get past that and you're able to have the mindset of, if I never quit, I can never fail. If you have that mindset, you will be successful. So these are some of the things that I wish I would have known before I got into the life insurance industry, before just to have an accurate picture and description of like what the actual life insurance industry looks like, and how I can actually see the ultimate most success, because I just had unrealistic expectations at the start. You might be in that same situation. And so I want you guys to have expectations, to know that this industry is amazing, life-changing, best industry that I've found personally. But it does take a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of determination, a lot of forethought, a lot of grit to be able to actually be successful. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel right now. Follow me on my journey as I'm doing 75 hard. I'm just going to keep making videos for you guys, just like these videos. So if you haven't already, check out my podcast as well. It's called the Life Insurance Telesales Mastery Podcast. It's got some really good guests. David Duford already came on, Jay Siskin, Gonzalo, Chase, Max, all clients that I have that have helped scale to past $20,000 a month in the life insurance industry. If you guys haven't seen my story, click the link in the description. Check that out. We'll rock and roll from there. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel right now, drop in the comments down below if you have any other questions, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.